Welcome to Cord vs. Cryptid. I'm your ringmaster, Kiki, the queen of everything. If this is your first time here, this is a bonus episode where we pit our co-host and resident professional wrestler, Cord, against a cryptid we've already discussed on the main show. For this battle, we have our guest GM, the man who makes the dirty water boys beg for mercy on the D&D Real Play podcast, Lost Legends Tales of Thurne. The amazing Ben, aka Beardy the Dungeon Master. Ben will be playing the flying fiend of Frederick County, Maryland, the sensational Snallygaster. Is it a bird or is it a dragon? Who knows? Maybe it's both. Gentlemen, do you have anything to say to each other before the mayhem begins?
Well, it takes a big tomcat to weigh 25 pounds.
So you think it's my first rodeo fighting one of you big flying monster birds? I've taken out at least two of you now. I ain't scared anymore of these crazy weird monsters coming out of the woods to fight me. I ain't scared anymore. A little traumatized. Not scared. I don't want to be scared or traumatized. I don't.
Well, you came to the wrong show, motherfucker.
Yay!
The adventure begins. Cord walking down the highway. Last you checked, you were in Iowa. But really, I mean, all these corn states kind of seem to blend together after a while. The stalks are higher than the eye can see, and further than the horizon. You'd notice that it looks like a storm is rolling in. And so, essentially, they trying to find a place to rest your head, so you're not stuck outside in the storm as the sun goes down. With that, seemingly like magic, you notice that off carved into one of the cornfields is a hotel. The big neon sign says Hotel 64, and the 64 is flashing like the bulbs are about to go out. And can I have you roll a perception skill check?
I'd love to. I rolled a nat 20, so a 19.
Damn, it's kind of weird. You don't see any cars in the parking lot. Like, the parking lot's completely empty, but you hear a lot of ruckus going on inside the hotel. And at this point, this place is like your best bet to rest your head. As you approach the hotel, you'd see that there is looks like a large white bear standing up on 2 feet in like a fancy tuxedo, like a concierge type outfit.
A bear?
Yeah. And as you look, you see the bear looks a little bit more like humanoid. It's got like thumbs, opposable thumbs. Stands a bit more upright than your average bear on his hind feet. And the thing turns towards you and then just waves. His hand is like big enough it could like palm your skull. He just waves his big hands. Hello!
I wave back uncomfortably. Hi?
Are you here for the convention?
Sleep convention. Yes, that one. Sign me up for sleep convention, yes.
They didn't say that you were gonna be such a trickster. You'll sleep when you're dead. He goes and reaches his big meaty hand out. Not an empanada-like fist, more of like a calzone type fist.
Oh.
Reaches his hand out and goes to shake your hand. He says, "You can call me Yeti, but you can't call me late for dinner."
I didn't know that Yeti would be so into dad jokes.
Well, it's a new hobby I've picked up from Nessie.
Oh, there's more than one of you in here, huh? Okay. I guess that's why you said convention.
Well, to be fair, there's only one Yeti here that I know of.
Oh, God. Okay.
And he basically, digs into his finely tailored pocket and pulls out a crumpled piece of paper and uncrumples it. Does that thing where, when you try and take a crease out of a paper and kind of run it along the edge of a surface, like the edge of a desk or a wall, trying to, get the crease out.
Never works.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Everyone does it, never works, Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, he does that and hands you the paper, and it has a big title on it. It says, Crypticon, 154th Annual Cryptid Convention, for cryptids by cryptids.
Just gonna take a little moment to have probably what is now a PTSD flashback of murdering a bunch of giant monsters. There's a whole bunch of them in this building right now. Oh, cool.
Yeah, that is
Great.
Basically, there's no humans here. There's just a whole bunch of monsters kind of walking around. Some have 10-gallon hats. Some of them are taking balloon animals. You'd see a small family of gnomes eating ice cream cones, which gnomes are small, and so the ice cream cone, they need both hands to carry it. Yeah, they're just the whole place is just stacked with monsters. There's a moment where a number of them look at you, and then they just kind of shrug and they keep going, kind of milling about. their business, going to different events. Basically, the whole hotel is booked out for this convention, Crypticon.
The whole hotel, and I'm about to make it everybody's problem because I'm the only human here.
With that, go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
I am not particularly good at these. Clickety-clack down the track. I got an 11.
11. All right. So you barely avoid, as a DC 10, you barely avoid being run into by this large creature. It looks like a dragon, but also kind of like Big Bird. It's got feathers and 2 small wings and tentacles coming out of its mouth. Essentially, it's got like a plate of spaghetti. You know, it's one of those where it trips and drops the spaghetti right in front of you, like it would have almost splatted you with this plate of food.
You're eating spaghetti with tentacles?
Yep.
Tentacle spaghetti?
Tentacle spaghetti, you got it. Nice to meet you. Sorry for almost splatting you with my lunch. My name is Snallygaster.
Gotta say, this is not where I was expecting this story to go.
Well, I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about. Y'all seem like a kind feller. Suppose y'all help me pick this spaghetti up inside that I can finish my dinner. It's only got a little hair on it.
I'm gonna kinda, push some of it into a pile with my shoe.
Extra flavor.
You should probably just get a new plate, bud.
Well, it was already hard enough to get this, and
at this point, you'd see like this large wolf man kind of stalk on by. He's got like deep set red eyes and like a slobbering jaw. And the wolf just stops and looks at the Snallygaster and looks at you and looks at the spaghetti. It's still, a couple noodles on the floor. And he just starts howling with laughter. Look at the loser, the Snallygaster. Oh my god, they let you back into this place. You suck, Snallygaster.
Wow, that's kind of harsh, bro.
The wolfman, he doesn't even seem to pay attention to you. He's just like too busy laughing, kind of like trying to draw in a crowd to make fun of Snallygaster. Could I have you roll an insight check?
I got a 10.
You'd see the Snallygaster's big eyes start to water up as he's just like kind of too meek to, meek and shy to like say anything back to this wolfman.
That's it, man? You're just gonna take that? You're like twice the size, dude. I'm a prick.
Yeah, he just like, you see like one big tear glob onto his paper plate of floor spaghetti, and he just rushes off to a nearest table to eat, and the wolfman just keeps howling with laughter as eventually he gets tired of it, walks away. Like a bully, he's had his fill. You'd see the Snallygaster off in the corner, kind of sitting by himself at like a 2-person table.
Oh, I guess that's an invitation, huh? Is there a way I can obtain a plate of sketty?
Absolutely, yeah. There's a snack bar. That would be up on the 2nd floor. So a little bit about this hotel. This hotel is 5 floors, and it's kind of built like a Marriott, where it's like a big square, and the inside is kind of like the big open area where you can kind of look down and see like all the floors below and then the ground. And then all the rooms are kind of ringing the outside, like an open floor plan kind of deal. And then there's like a huge just bath of natural sunlight that comes in through the windows that are on the ceiling.
Gotcha. I will attempt to get spaghetti.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you'd see essentially over there at the spaghetti bar, looks like another human, at least. Seems like it, and as you go to grab your plate, the human turns around, and you see Nicolas Cage.
Oh my god.
He's like, "Hello, how are you doing?"
A little worse now. Anyway, are you a cryptid? 'Cause...
Well, that's a bit of a loaded question, you see. Yeah, they keep sending me an invite every year, saying that I was some kind of guest of honor or something, I don't know. But, the only thing edible around here is the spaghetti. That and the bottle of water.
Alright, thanks, man. I was going to get the spaghetti anyway.
Just make sure you get it with the vegetarian sauce. I think the meat sauce had something wiggling in it.
Well, I don't eat beef anymore anyway, so sure.
Suppose that'd be cannibalism, huh, big fella?
And he goes and like smacks you on the shoulder playfully. He's like,
"What are you, some kind of wrestler?"
As a matter of fact, I am, Nick.
Well, damn. We'll see you around the con, partner.
Yeah, I hope so, since we're the only 2 of our species here.
Well, yeah, something like that.
he looks over at the meat sauce, and you do indeed see something wriggling in there. And his eyes just shoot back to you like he's kind of panicked.
Well, we'll catch you on the flippity flop.
Yeah, man. No problem.
With your plate of spaghetti, it's one of the fish people from Shadow over Innsmouth. is like dishing it up. He's got like the apron on. He's got the chef hat. He's got like one fish eye that's just kind of like doing whatever it wants, and the other one's making eye contact with the customer. The spaghetti is like free of charge. Like you come to the con, the food is free of charge, and then they charge you for different things kind of around the area. They end up making their money back.
Sketty being free of charge is good, being as I have no money on my sheet.
So free it is, yeah.
The true plight of the traveling wrestler.
As the fish guy is like just kind of like looking at you, mouth hanging agape, scooping some spaghetti onto your paper plate, you'd see what looks like a little marinara covered hand rising up out of the meat sauce. And the fish person stops for a moment and then gives you like a hold on a sec, like pointing his pointer finger at you, like just a sec. And he takes a meat tenderizer out of his pocket and smack, wham, 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 and smacks the hand back down into the meat sauce.
Vegetarian, please.
And he just kind of nods. His mouth is still hanging agape, by the way. Smells awful. Dude could definitely use a mint or a piece of gum.
Fish breath.
Goes to take some of like the all vegetable sauce, and he just kind of looks at the plate and looks at you and gives you a thumbs up and kind of ushers you through the line. The whole con is starting to take off. There's different events, a lot of movement, a lot of different like monsters of all shapes and sizes. Some of them you'd have seen before in your travels. Some of them are like, what the hell is that?
Are any of the ones that I already fought here?
Yes, you'd see La Lechuza. Looks like she, like a giant like witch, kind of mixed with like an owl, covered in black feathers. She's got a whole box full of art supplies.
Now I'm pretty sure that she was like done, but I'm going to avoid her, and I'm going to find the table where Mr. Snelly is.
As you make your way over to the table, you would also see the Beast of Bray Road, like in wolf form, making his way over to like the outside patio where you see a number of grills outside as well. Looks like he's got like a wolf man wearing a apron that says "Kill the Cook," and he's like in the process of lighting up all these grills. Snallygaster nudges the chair open so that you can go have a seat, and Snallygaster's already like slurped up all of his noodles and just kind of there playing with like a large piece of tomato.
Well, I see you went for the vegetarian option too.
Yeah, man. I don't eat beef anymore, and I don't think that was beef in there because there was a hand. Anyway, why you let that guy be a dick, bro?
Well, it happens that way every year. You see, the Snallygaster, that's me. People used to call me the Smellygaster, the Smelly Ghoster. They got all kinds of mean nicknames. One year they just, I won't even get into it. He goes and kind of keeps playing with his tomato, his lone chunk of tomato on the plate. It's really hard to be a cryptid here when nobody respects you.
Well, you're clumsy enough to just drop the spaghetti all over the floor, so, I kind of get that, but...
Thank you for that. That feels great.
That doesn't mean you should let that dude just laugh in your face, because that's kind of bad.
I suppose that's true. He's always on me every year. He tracks me down specifically to find me.
Because I don't know if giant horrifying monsters go to high school, but this isn't high school anymore. You could just call him a dick, and no one's gonna yell at you for that.
That's true. Old habits die hard. Yeah, that DeWayo is a real piece of work.
The what now? The dog?
Yeah, the dog. His name is DeWayo.
DeWay? Does he know DeWayo?
I suppose he probably knows DeWayo, but he doesn't follow DeWayo.
That's even worse.
Yeah, he's a real bastard. Now, what brings you to our convention here? I can't help but notice that you're not a monster. Or are you? Is this like your human form?
Well, actually...
You got a monster form?
I'm here to sleep.
Oh.
I didn't know there was a bunch of horrifying monsters in here, and honestly, there's some people here that I've kind of beat up before, and probably don't like me too much.
Well, that's okay. There's actually no violence allowed at the Crypticon. Yeah, otherwise, before, this is the 154th annual Crypticon. Before then, any of us monsters would meet together, and it would just be a bloodbath. And, it makes it more likely that we get found out and stuff. And so, yeah, we got a strict... The only way that there can be violence is if it's sanctioned by the Council of Elders.
There's a Council of Elder horrifying monsters?
Indeed, they're the ones that put on this event.
What? I'm so confused by this event. Do all cryptids like spaghetti? I'm confused. I don't understand this.
We actually love spaghetti. It's the con food.
I can't argue that. It is spaghetti.
Every year we change the state that it's held in. This year it's Iowa. Good central location for everybody.
It's also the middle of nowhere. You're not going to get found except by apparently me.
See, now you're getting it. Yeah, you gotta think like a cryptid. Now, I think we're in a position to help each other here. And he goes and rubs his, scaly hand claws together. You say you're after a place to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Well, my hotel room just so happens to have 2 beds.
Oh, Lord.
As you see, I always come to the con looking for love, but realistically, I just end up disappointing them, and so then I get the other bed for when they decide to leave our bed.
Oh no. So, how am I gonna be able to help you?
Goes over to, the check-in table at the hotel and grabs what looks like a bingo card. And goes over and shows it to you. It's the official Crypticon convention bingo card. As you're kind of taking a look, you can see it's a 4x4. It says instructions. Take this bingo card through the convention with you. Draw an X through each task you complete over the course of the convention. And then if you complete 1 box, other than the free space, you are worthy of the title of Cryptid. If you get a bingo, you're a legend among the finest of monsters and beasts. And if you are the first to get a bingo and turn it in to the front desk, you can add a rule to next year's Crypticon.
Sick.
Yeah, I've long pondered this. I figure we could add some kind of ethics rule or some kind of common decency, politeness rule. Us cryptids aren't the nicest to each other, to be honest.
I see. So you need help doing this.
Exactly. If you could help me get a bingo on the card, I'd sure be grateful. And I wouldn't even charge you for your half of the room.
You know what? I like me a bed. Let's do it.
We could even sweeten the deal. I've already stocked the mini fridge with tiny wines.
Okay, that works.
Normally I just bring those with so I can drink myself to sleep, once I get berated by different monsters and such. But I'd be happy to share them with you.
Man, you are unfortunate.
As you look at the bingo card, you can see there's the free space there, and then, as long as you're the first person to get a bingo, then it's like the list of rules for Crypticon is kind of like a living document, as the first person to get the bingo adds a rule every time.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, the Snallygaster, you see his tentacles kind of flare up as he gets a big smile. Well, that's wonderful. Which one should we do first? They all sound pretty good.
Well, I know at least which ones I'm gonna do first, and that's, of course, purchase a copy of Lost Legends Tales of Thurne's art book in the vendor hall, everybody.
Well, that's fabulous. That's the official podcast of Crypticon. We're all huge fans, especially that Big Boots feller. So pretty much, vendor hall there's kind of like the main lobby, and the vendor hall is like one of the smaller side rooms. And as you go inside, you would see average height feller wearing a hat that says Godzilla Destroy All Podcasts, and he's standing behind a table filled with books and merch, stickers for Lost Legends Tales of Thurne. And this fellow looks up at you and says, "Greetings, nice to meet you, Logan Vo. What can I interest you in?" Everything's for sale at the table. Well, almost everything's for sale.
I want the art book, please.
Oh, you're just here getting the last copy.
Oh, thank God.
Logan goes to grab the last copy that they have. You'd see what looks like a Pac-Man with 2 legs coming off of it, kind of striding up, and he gives you a death glare as he's looking between you and the book and you and the book. "Get your hands off of that book. It will be my copy, or I will kick your ass with my feet."
How big is this thing?
4 feet tall. It literally looks like a Pac-Man with 2 legs on the bottom, like 2 human legs coming off the bottom. Completely white.
Oh my God.
"I will kick your ass and take this book, or my name is not Ningen."
Ningen? Ningen? That's what your name is?
Ningen, yes. You have heard of me, I see.
I haven't, but listen, I don't need this book. I just need the receipt, buddy.
A receipt? I do not understand. What business is the receipt? The receipt is the best part.
Well, yeah, I know that. That's why I need the receipt. If you don't need the book, then why don't you step off, bud?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion skill check. Persuasion or intimidation, whichever one's better.
Oh, the intimidation for sure. I'm a barbarian. I got a 21.
So this thing takes a step back. "You have not heard the last of Ningen. If you ever find yourself in the Arctic, watch your back, bucko."
I've beaten scarier things before.
"But have you beaten them while wearing a coat?"
No, I don't think I've done that one yet. You're right. Sorry.
Exactly, yes. You will not know what you are getting yourself into. Soon your zipper will be up and then down and then up, and then you will get heat stroke and then frostbite and then you will die.
With like the most sarcastic look on my face, just, you're right, man, I'm sorry. As I'm picturing a giant owl woman slashing my face. You're right, man, I'm sorry. The coat really is a deal breaker. My bad.
Indeed, and what will happen to your little stubby stump fingers when I steal your gloves?
I guess they'll be cold, bud.
Indeed. It will not just be cold, it will be freezing.
Okay. Is the Snallygaster coming with me, or is he just like, I'm gonna go hide in the corner like a dick?
He's cowering behind you, yeah. Which he's larger than you, so it would be like a bear hiding behind a bush. Like a houseplant, you know? He's just cowering, you see his little knees like shaking and stuff. Oh, tell the Ningen to get away! He's awful scary.
Listen, you're upsetting my friend. Why don't you go like buzz off, dude? I don't really care about you.
Very well, you have won this round, human. But if you ever find yourself in the Arctic, and you see like one of his legs comes up and two of the toes does the thing where it's like, you know, like when people are like, I'm watching you, and they like point at their eyes with their pointer in their middle and then they point them at you. He does that with his big toe and his second toe. Brings his foot up and does like, I'm watching you.
Man, that's weird that's not the most upsetting thing I've seen today.
And he just slowly backs out, bumps into somebody that's got, you know, they've got like the big gulp drink over from the snack bar, you know. Basically dumps someone's drink and they get all pissed off and he just kind of like whooshes away.
I'm gonna turn to Snallygaster and go, is literally everybody that comes here just like the weirdest thing on earth?
Well, not everything. I mean, you're here.
I don't particularly think that I'm necessarily the most normal thing on earth either, because, you know, most of us don't see a lot of you guys, and I've seen like all of you now because you're all standing in the same room.
Well, I suppose this Crypticon is, I don't know, the first of several steps to cryptid on cryptid friendly relations. Yeah, you know, like I was telling you earlier, before this we had turf wars, there'd be cryptid on cryptid fighting, bodies would wash up. How do you think they found out about the Snallygaster? They found one of the old eggs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was long ago. Long ago.
Well, let's help you now, bud. I will finish this transaction right now.
Absolutely. And Logan behind the table says $25.
Do I have $25?
Red or blue?
Red.
I have one of those chance cubes from Star Wars. I actually got several of them up here. Got them from Disney last year. But there's 3 red sides and 3 blue sides. Kind of like 50-50 odds.
Red, please.
Yeah, we'll say you got a spare $25.
Hell yeah.
You know, pockets the money, hands you the book.
Okay. Did the bingo card come with a bingo marker?
It does, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those little like golf pencils.
I will mark off that I have purchased a Lost Legends Tales of Thurne art book available at the vendor hall right now.
Now, also, Logan would ask if you want it signed.
Oh, I'd love it signed, buddy.
Who are we making it out to?
Make it out to Mr. Snallygaster over here.
He, you know, grabs a marker and stuff, says Snallygaster, flex on them haters, and then sign Big Boots, and then in parentheses, Logan.
I turn to the Snallygaster. Are you even capable of doing a flex?
Well, I choked one time on a gravy and biscuit sandwich.
Yeah, so that's a no. Let's just move on, okay?
All right.
The next thing that I would love to do, and I don't know if I'm going to hit anything else on the way over there, but I would really love to help the Chupacabra discover what humans do in the bathroom.
Absolutely.
Bro, of course, it's going to be an easy win. Just come in with me. I'm going to show you what we do in the bathroom.
I gotta show him.
Yeah, man, I ain't scared.
One thing I forgot to mention earlier, too. So as you complete things on the bingo card, the people or monsters you complete them for would sign off on it, kind of like showing that they're legit. And the Chupacabra is one of the, basically one of the Elder Council. There's him, Bigfoot, the Van Meter Visitor, the Mothman, and Nessie. And those are the 5, like, Elder Cryptids that put on this event.
Interesting.
Yes, you see the Chupacabra there standing on, like, a mini-sized podium. There's a small microphone there. It looks like he's got, like, a large, like, a slide presentation up. And there'd be a number of, like, gnomes, like, small like, baby dragons and stuff. You'd see, like, all manner of, like, creatures there. And Chupacabra, he says, "We have all gathered here today to find the secret. Every year we run this event, and every year the answer eludes us. But I believe we are getting close.
I raise my hand.
Yes, you, the ugly one in the back.
So do you, want a hint, or do you, have a way that you want to do this specifically, or...
I do not know what you mean. And he goes to click through his slides. We have evidence that the humans, they go inside this place called the bathroom, which may or may not have a bath. And they go in very stressed, and they look like they are about to kill something, and then when they leave, they are almost always relieved. It is possible that is where they go to reproduce. A sort of budding system, very similar to a plant.
What? What? No. Oh my god. I'm gonna quickly raise my hand.
Yes, the ugly one.
No. That's wrong.
Well, who are you that knows so much in the ways of humans and their activities?
We're in Suite A. I'm assuming that's a bedroom, right?
Suite A is, kind of like a bedroom. They've moved the bed out, so it looks like more of, there's chairs and stuff. Looks more like a conference, like a conference room.
Okay, how far away from the bathrooms is Suite A?
Oh, probably 10 feet.
Okay, may I approach Mr. Cabra, is it?
Mr. Cabra will be fine.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna say, "Can we take a short break? Let's take a little walk, okay?" I'm gonna put my arms around the chupacabra. I'm gonna kind of usher him. Come on. I'll show you what happens, okay? It's not gonna be too bad, all right? You're just gonna you're gonna see some things, okay? Let's just go in here, okay? It's gonna be okay. You're not gonna get hurt, all right? I just ate a whole lot of spaghetti, so this is gonna work out pretty good.
He looks and he's like, I do not understand. Where are you getting your What is your source?
You will, my source? Well, I just told you I ate a bunch of spaghetti, so we'll just go and do this, and we're both gonna be uncomfortable for a while, but I promise you it's not gonna hurt. Be fine, okay?
You notice basically the whole room, as soon as you take the chupacabra out towards the bathroom, the whole room stands up and starts to follow. Probably 15 or 20 different cryptids.
No, room for one, and no pictures, please. We're gonna do one, not all. One, please.
And they'll look at each other.
He's a trusted source now. He will tell you, okay?
They'll look at each other and they're like, one picture?
No pictures. How about 0? I may allow an artist rendition. No picture, though. No picture. That's rude. That's extremely rude. Take a picture of what goes on in the bathroom. That's rude. And that's a public service announcement to everybody listening. Yeah. So
they all kind of mill about and look at each other. They all just nod and they say, very well. We'll wait outside the bathroom for your imminent return.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cabra. Let's go take care of this situation, okay?
All right, so you, the chupacabra, and the Snallygaster all walk into the bathroom. I feel like this is the setup to a bad joke. Like a wrestler, the chupacabra and the Snallygaster walk into the bathroom.
Maybe it's a setup for the dad joke contest. I don't know. So I'm going to take the chupacabra into the bathroom and show him what humans do.
He's very excited and intrigued, just unable to contain himself. You'd see him drooling a little bit. You'd see him fidgeting with his little thumbs, kind of like he's not sure what to do with his hands. He doesn't have pockets,
Is that okay? Well, don't get too excited because okay. Well, you know what? This is strange for both of us, so let's just get this over with, shall we? Okay.
I do not know what you are talking about. This is the most fascinating thing that has happened to me in many a con. I still am not sure how you get your information. Are you some kind of human whisperer? Do you have a pet human at home? What do you feed them? And how much? And how do you know if you've overfed them?
Well, they get this as I rub my belly, and I feed them usually things that are like spaghetti, like food.
When you say food, does a diet of goat blood suffice?
Maybe in some countries, but definitely not here.
What about pig blood?
Used in some things, but not as a meal, no.
I'll have to bring this to my cousin, the Chupa Puerca.
Oh, that's a bad joke. I'm going to take a shit in front of the chupacabra, please. Now.
Yeah. Do you have the stall door open or closed?
I mean, it has to be open, because it ain't going to fit all of us in there, right?
Well, there is the one stall at the end that's quite a bit larger.
You know what? Yeah, let's do that one. We're going to make this as private as possible.
Totally. The Snallygaster kind of big birds his way on in there. And he's like, well, I'm still in the dark, but I trust you. What was your name again?
Cord.
Cord.
Yeah.
Like rope?
Without the H, but yes.
There's an H in rope?
And cord.
He just turns his head to the side and scratches it, and he looks over at the Chupacabra. Chupacabra just shrugs.
I shrug back. Sure, whatever.
And the Chupacabra looks at you. He says, well, whenever you are ready, enlighten us with your vast knowledge of humankind.
I take a mean dump in the toilet.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, heaven. I got an 11.
11? All right. Yeah, so this spaghetti, this is one of those things that probably couldn't have waited another 5 minutes. You know, the spaghetti, the cryptids don't cook it like real humans do, and so, you know, there's a little bit of, you would guess, maybe cross-contamination, like something was definitely upsetting your stomach, and you just unleash on this poor toilet. The Chupacabra, at one point, both of his hands go over his mouth, and he says, what are you doing?
What humans do in the bathroom, bud.
I mean, they don't do it in the bush like civilized people?
No, we have plumbing for that.
What is this plumbing?
See, we do everything in our power to not ever leave the house. We put these in the house so that we don't have to leave and do it in the bush. That's kind of like your guys' spot. This is our spot, right?
So this is the place where you make the caca?
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Well, how fascinating. A mystery solved. Allow me to bring the others. And he whistles.
No.
And all the other folks walk into the bathroom, just pile in. It's like a horde of, like, standing room only here in the bathroom. As the Chupacabra addresses all of them and says, we have a solution. We have an answer to the question. He is making caca. That is the purpose of the bathroom. Hallelujah. Praise the gods.
Yeah, praise everybody. Can I pull my pants up now?
Absolutely not.
Why?
You must all take inventory. Surely the humans take measurements and weights of their various cacacitos.
No, we usually just compare. We kind of just eyeball it and keep a note for next time.
It's like a fish story. It's very much bigger than the retelling.
Well, usually, yeah.
Says, this I understand. My friend, you have done a great service for Crypticon.
Oh, thank you. I try. Can you sign this and let me pull my pants up, please?
I would be honored to. And he, takes it and scrawls, Chupacabra. And Snallygaster just kind of gets really excited. Just, starts, punching the air like Rocky. In, a very excited manner. He's, there we go! That's what I'm talking about!
Hell yeah. That's 2. 2 ain't bad.
The other thing as well with this. So I want you to guess red or blue.
It was red last time, so let's go blue.
Blue? Alright, there is enough toilet paper to handle this Mondo dump.
Yeah, baby! I didn't check that beforehand, so good thing.
Yeah, with that, they all pile out, and as they're all kind of heading off to the next event, the Chupacabra just, goes to shake your hand.
Let me wash this first. Hold on. That's gross.
Why on earth would you wash your hands?
Oh, because that's gross. At least in our culture, that's gross, so I'm going to wash my hands quick.
Yes, I do not understand. Our cooks have never washed their hands once, and they seem to be fine.
Yeah, see, that's why the spaghetti... You know what? Never mind. We won't get into that. I'll leave that up to the mysteries of whatever this is. I'm going to wash my hands now.
He kind of waits around and stuff till you're done washing your hands, then would shake your hand voraciously and basically say, like you and the Snallygaster have done a great service for the con and answered a huge question they've had for a very long time. And so it's one of those things, he, him being on the Council of Elder Cryptids, he's rooting for you guys.
Cool. Thanks, man. I'm going to hang out in the bathroom until he leaves, and then I'm going to wash my hands again because he said he doesn't.
Excellent. Wise choice. The Snallygaster, you see his eyes start to water up again in the mirror, and he says, that's the first time another cryptid has said that he's rooting for me. What is this new feeling?
See, that's the power of cord strength, buddy. You hang out with me, everybody's going to love you. Don't worry about it.
Yes, I feel it. Yes, I think we got this one.
We're going to make that DeWeo dude look like a real chump nugget. Don't you worry.
Yeah, he's a real bastard.
Hey, language now.
Oh, sorry. Speaking of, I might have to use the old, what do you call that thing? He points at the toilet.
You mean the shitter?
I might have to use this shit myself now that I've seen it in action. Now, remind me, is the flusher always terrifying, or is it just like every other time?
At first, you'll get used to it.
It's all right.
Essentially outside the bathroom, as the people are dispersing out to other events now that they know what happens inside the bathroom, you see the Deweo out there chewing a big wad of bubblegum, just kind of like leaning against like the little terrace and stuff. Almost like he's waiting for the Snallygaster to come out. Oh, hey, you're the guy with the Snallygaster!
Yeah. What of it?
Isn't he pathetic? He's so pathetic. Him and his big, awesome coat of feathers and those amazing little tentacles that come out of his mouth. I wonder what that feels like. I mean, isn't he hideous? He's just so hideous and gorgeous.
You wonder what that feels like?
Doesn't everybody?
You know, keep threatening this dude that's like twice your size and totally looks like could kick your ass. Probably watch out, dude.
Do you think he'd kick my ass if I asked him nicely? I mean...
What?
What? I didn't say anything. He's such a loser.
Insight check?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
Oh no! I rolled a nat 1, which translates to a 0 insight check.
You get the feeling there's more behind what the Deweyo's doing here, but as far as what that ulterior motive is, it's like whew, right over your head.
I don't know shit. Alright, that's a little weird, but probably wouldn't because he seems a little meek. I don't think he would if you asked him. That's weird. Why are you talking to me?
Small talk, you know. You see his face get really red. The fur starts to kind of bristle up around his neck like a cat when they're kind of overstimulated and stuff. You see his ears start to twitch, and all of a sudden the Snallygaster comes out having washed his hands. And the Snallygaster looks at the Deweo. Deweo looks at the Snallygaster, and you see the Deweo just completely blush and basically run off.
This is not the session I was thinking it was going to be today.
Then the Snallygaster, he comes up to you, he's like, well, that was weird. Are you always supposed to eat the soap when you wash your hands? Or is that only on special occasions?
Only for kids who swear.
Oh.
So no, you're not supposed to eat the soap. Because
Oh.
you didn't swear at all. You have a good boy mouth.
Can I still eat it, though?
I don't think it's very good for you, but you know what? You're a grown-ass man. You do whatever you want. Man? Woman?
Yeah, you're kind of ambiguous.
Sure. Whatever you are. You seem grown enough to make your own decision.
He says, yeah, I mean, it's odd to me that they... And he, like, basically, like, reaches down and he, like, took the soap with him. It's one of those ones where it's got, like, the top pump, you know? And he's like, it's odd to me that they just leave this stuff lying around. I bet this would go great on some chips. And he's like, puts it into his mouth and starts, like, sucking on it and kind of making... But you, like, when he talks, you can see, like, a couple of small bubbles come out.
Yeah, I'm going to visibly grimace at this and just kind of look down at my bingo card and go, what do I want to do next?
Yeah, we're getting close, ain't we? Says it is rather odd, though, that Deweo, he's kind of a jerk, but there's times where I see him looking at me funny, you know, across the convention from year after year. I'm never quite sure what to make of it.
Yeah, he's a bit of a weird guy, but, I mean, I don't know, man. He's a little strange. He gives me bad vibes, but I'm also, like, a human talking to a bunch of different kinds of monsters, so, I mean, I think everybody's going to start off giving me bad vibes.
It's like bad vibes till proven otherwise.
So, I know I'm kind of going off the rails here, but I feel like you put too many good things on here, and I'm not going to go in a straight line, because I got to do Mad Libs with the Headley Cow.
Yeah, so that would be over in Suite D. Basically, it looks like another one of these little conference rooms. They go from like A through D, basically. And so you go inside and you see this, looks like a goat man, kind of just like galloping around. You see his hands kind of fluctuate between like goat hooves and hands, as there's different like monsters and different monsters and stuff in there with these little books. Like almost looks like a notepad that they flip the paper over. And the Headley Co turns to you. Yes, what can I do for you there, partner?
I'm here to engage in, looks at bingo card, Mad Libs with the Headley Cow.
Well, that's me, the Headley Co. He says, the Headley Cow, that was my ex-wife. Do y'all need a recap on how these Mad Libs work?
I haven't done one since I was probably 6, so sure.
He says, well, the way it works is that... And he shapeshifts into, like, this Alfred-looking British gentleman, like Alfred from Batman. He says, well, my good boy, the way it works is you have different kinds of words that you say, such as adjective, which is a word that describes a noun being a person, place, thing, or idea. A part of the body, an adverb, which is a verb ending in ly, like, swimmingly, yes. And basically, you call out these different kinds of words, and at the very end it makes a story.
Cool, I'm in.
Wonderful. Now, first thing we're going to need, so the Mad Lib on here says, my dream man. This first thing we'll need is an adjective. Smelly?
Let's input smelly. I like it.
And another adjective.
Suave. Suave. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. What about a celebrity?
Nick Cage.
Hey, that's the guest of honor.
Hey, I remembered.
What about another celebrity?
Tom Hanks.
What about an animal?
I'm gonna look around the room. Something that's not as weird as these, huh? A pangolin.
Oh, that's good. I was going to say small child at an airport.
That's not... You know what? You're right. I was gonna say it's not, but it totally is.
Say, good. Give me a verb.
Jump.
A noun? Nouns, actually.
A noun. Toilet is a noun. We're going with that.
And for the other noun, Snallygaster is going to say soap.
Of course.
And then give me a part of the body.
Chest. I'm scared of that one.
An adverb. He's going to say scaredly.
I think that's a word. Sure.
Then go ahead and give me an adjective.
Powerful.
And then an adverb.
How about dutifully?
Or as adjective, Snallygaster is going to say delicious. And then I need another adjective and another part of the body.
Cold and face.
And then another adjective, Snallygaster would say tall. Go ahead and give me two more nouns.
Chair and bed.
Male person in the room, he's going to say cord.
Oh, jeez. I am the only person, I guess.
Yeah, and then basically, kind of magically, puts it all together. And he says, my dream man should first of all be very smelly and suave. He should have a physique like Nick Cage, a profile like Tom Hanks, and the intelligence of a pangolin. He must be very polite and always remember to jump my toilet, to tip his soap, and to take my chest when crossing the street. He should move scaredly, have a powerful voice, and should always dress dutifully.
Oh my god.
I would also like him to be a delicious dancer, and when we're alone, he should whisper cold nothings into my face and hold my tall chair. I know a bed is hard to find. In fact, the only one I can think of is cord.
Oh my god. Oh, that hurts.
The Headley Co just starts cackling with delight, and he says, yes, now you get it. Wonderful.
I'm red in the face. I'm laughing so hard. Oh my god.
Yeah, the Snallygaster goes to hand him the bingo card, and the Headley Co gladly signs it. Job well done.
Beautiful.
But yeah, and there's other groups that are completing Mad Libs and stuff as well. He's got basically you guys get to keep the notebook. It's like a whole notebook of these things.
Beautiful. Beautiful. These are all great, and these all sound like they're going to be fun.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can do every single one. So, I see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I don't have a choice. I have to do Weird Al Sing Along with Mothman.
Excellent. All right, Weird Al Sing Along. So as you make your way to room 540, you'd see essentially it looks like there's a leprechaun that's standing there with a microphone and like a open mic night type of deal. He's just singing along. Never gonna stop, eat it up. Never gonna stop, eat it up. Such a tasty snack, I always eat too much, then throw up. But I'll soon be back for my woo! My Bologna. My Bologna.
That is a show I would watch, for sure.
But yeah, after the song, the Mothman comes up, large and domineering. And basically, you can't even see his face. It's just like two red eyes poking out from this like kind of black shadowy face. Black feather-covered wings almost seem to surround him like a fallen angel. He like pauses for a minute and then he turns to look towards you, and you see his, you know that thing like when people smile, you can kind of see like they're smiling with their eyes.
Yes.
So he kind of turns towards you, his large red eyes kind of turn like he's smiling, and he says,
Welcome one and all.
Hi.
Are you here for the Weird Al sing-along?
You know it, buddy.
He's my favorite. I stopped to ask a child about him on the bridge one time, and, well, the bridge kind of collapsed.
Oof. Well,
Yes, what can I say? I just like Weird Al so much. Ugh.
I like him so much, I tattooed him on my body.
Do you actually?
I show him my Weird Al tattoo.
Now this is a super fan.
and he goes, basically he reaches up and you can see on his ribs on the right side, he's got the name of every Weird Al album ever put out.
Oh, man.
Kind of in like a line. There's first one, Weird Al Yankovic, 1983. Weird Al Yankovic in 3D, 1984. Dare to Be Stupid, 85. Polka Party, 86. The whole 9 yards.
Man, I thought I couldn't like Mothman more.
Good to have a kindred spirit here.
Beautiful. Yes.
Now, what song will you be singing for us?
I believe the best one would be One More Minute with You, please. Well, I heard that you're leaving.
Don't leave me far behind.
And Snallygaster, he doesn't know the song, he's just like reading off the lyric.
Heard you found a brand new lover. You decided that I'm not your kind.
So I pulled your name out of my Rolodex.
And I tore all your pictures in two.
And I burned down the malt shop where we used to go.
Just because it reminds me of you.
That's right, you ain't gonna see me crying.
I'm glad that you found somebody new.
'Cause I'd rather spend eternity eating shards of broken glass.
Then spend one more minute with you.
Go ahead and roll performance, with advantage since you knew the lyrics by heart.
Of course I did. I rolled a 14. The other side was a 13, so.
Nice. All right, so 14. Basically, yeah, a few of the leprechauns start taking out their lighters. And they're doing the whole, like they're at a concert, kind of waving it back and forth to the music. And you see that the Snallygaster actually starts to kind of get into it. Like, his encouragement from the Chupacabra and stuff, and from the Headley Co. They're kind of like building his confidence a bit.
Hell yeah. Not a loser after all.
Yeah, just kind of coming out of his shell. By the end of it, he's like holding onto the microphone with both hands, like he's on his like scaly knees, just belting it, giving it everything he's got.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, by the end of it, you guys receive a standing ovation. Yeah, the Mothman comes up and basically takes, your right hand and the head, Snallygaster's left hand, and raises him up in the air like you guys are both victorious boxers.
Ladies and gentlemen, our performers.
Yeah, there's a few people that like throw like empty plates of spaghetti up on the stage. There's a couple that throw like rotten flowers and stuff. One of them throws a pair of dentures. No one knows where it came from.
I flex.
Heck yeah. You can see a couple of leprechaun ladies swoon and faint, giving them the vapors.
Hell yeah.
The Snallygaster just gets this big dumb smile on his face. That he just soaking up the the positive attention.
Good. I have a feeling this is going to come back and bite me in the ass, but good. I feel good.
But yeah, as you guys leave, triumphant in your singing, it sounded like you were going to go Iowa Trivia next.
Yes.
Excellent. So that's over in Suite B. So that would be down the elevator and over a few rooms. As Iowa Trivia goes, you can see the Van Meter visitor there.
Do we lock eyes in fierce battle again?
Oh, hell yeah. He just kind of looks at you and he's like, this motherfucker,
So we meet again, Van.
I haven't forgotten you since our last battle there. Our Duel of the Ages, wouldn't you call it?
Yeah, and I haven't forgotten you either. That's why I have a therapist.
Well, you and me both, buddy. My therapist is a good feller, and I think that, we're making a good amount of progress, and I hope you are too.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Well, wouldn't you know it? We're here in my home state. Last year, I was the winner of the bingo card, and so I got to choose the location, and I got to add a rule. So my rule was that whatever place we're in for Crypticon, there's always an event with whatever local monster you got, and they run a trivia session. So I got 5 questions here for you, and you answer 3 of them right, and if you get 3 right, then we sign your card. 3 out of 5. Do you accept card?
So I'm gonna play trivia with somebody that I literally watched murdered a guy in an alleyway?
Yes.
All right. Just because I know I can beat him. All right, we're gonna do this.
All right, so the Van Meter visitor, kind of like straightens up and adjusts his stack of papers, puts on his reading glasses. All right, question number 1, Mr. Smart Guy. What's the capital of Iowa?
Shit. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't live on the same side of the country. I only know one place in Iowa, Des Moines.
Oh, looks like you got lucky there, you little goober. No, yeah, that capital is Des Moines.
Yeah.
Don't you know there's a theory out there of where Des Moines comes from? That there was a group of people, they called it the place the Des Moines Goanna, which translates to land of the shitheads, which, we do have some cyclones here.
Yeah.
And basically the Van Meter visitor pulls up his arm and he's got like a heart tattoo with, with the University of Iowa mascot. He says, next question, what's the name of the University of Iowa's mascot?
Iowa. I don't know Iowa. Shit. Iowa. I feel like some kind of bird.
You're getting close. No, no.
We're gonna say either a hawk or an eagle. That's what I'm going with.
You're real close there, bud.
Oh no, a falcon?
Yeah, it's Herky the Hawkeye.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're like hawk, and it's like, so he's right there.
As close as.
Well, that's okay. You're 1-1. Next question: the eastern border of Iowa is what river?
East border?
Eastern border of Iowa is what river?
Is the Mississippi, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's the Mississippi. Yup, you got her there, Goob.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Now, one of Iowa's big heroes, right, is this feller named Norman Borlaug. He's like a farmer and a scientist. And he's a man, he called him the man who fed 1 billion people. He created a way to make higher crop yields of what crop?
The man who fed 1 billion people. That is going to be... Well, I've driven through Iowa before, and I know their main crop. I feel like that's too easy, though. I feel it's got to be wheat.
That is correct.
Yeah! Yeah! It wasn't going to be corn. I knew it wasn't corn. That was too easy of an answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with that, the Van Meter visitor, he just goes and shakes your hand. And he's like, well, yeah, you done it there. But yeah, with that, Van Meter visitor gladly signs the bingo card. And basically, he says, now, one thing that I'm really excited about that we didn't have last year's Crypticon, 153rd year, he says, you see, we've got a butter sculptor in here this time. He thinks that he's on vacation somewhere, subliminally, subconsciously, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. And you see that there's a human in the corner that's basically he's got earmuffs on, and you see his eyes are glazed over, and he's got 2 spoons. And he's basically got a butter sculpture, maybe the size of a bottle of water. By the time that you finish the trivia challenge, basically he's got a butter sculpture on a stick that perfectly resembles your face, Cord. And the Van Meter visitor goes and hands it to you and says, for a job well done.
I doubt that you want me to eat this, even though it's made entirely of butter.
As well be that as it may, you might wipe it on some corn, or whatever you choose with it. Some people do eat it, though. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Don't mention it, and if I ever see you in the streets, I'll kill you. He just kind of gives you a wink.
I give him the finger guns right back at you, bud.
And he says, oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, yep.
Don't forget, I'll kill you again. Second time.
You'll certainly try.
Yeah, I will.
But yeah, with that, you guys have completed the bingo card. You've got Help Chupacabra Discover What Humans Do in the Bathroom, Free Space, Iowa Trivia with the Van Meter Visitor, and Mad Libs with the Headley Co., among other things.
I hand the bingo card over to Mr. Gaster.
Excellent. Yeah, the Snallygaster is just like shaking with excitement as he basically he's got the bingo card in one hand and he's got the scruff of your neck by the other, and he drags you over.
Oh God!
Very excitedly, like an ostrich running through the hotel.
Oh God!
Just drags you over to the front counter. From there, he excitedly slaps it down. We've gone and completed the bingo card. Now I want my rule. And the concierge is there, in the Yeti in his big suit. Well, let's take a look here. And he goes and pulls out his reading glasses and he goes and reads through the bingo card. Kind of just mentally checks off each one in the row. You see his eyes get really wide as he takes the glasses off. He says, "By golly, I think we've got a winner." And he whistles, and it brings the entire convention to a stop as all the cryptids, hundreds of them, gather around in the main lobby. And the Yeti, brings out you and the Snallygaster out to the front, has you stand up on top of the piano in the lobby so that everyone can get a good look at you. Nicolas Cage is there just eating his butter figure and stuff. Essentially the Council of Elders approach. That'd be the Chupacabra, Nessie, who has been just chilling in the hotel pool doing a dad joke contest. Got the Van Meter Visitor, the Mothman, and and Bigfoot, emerging from behind, stealthily from behind one of the pillars, holding up the building, in his hide and seek contest. And they all approach, all 5 of them, and basically the Snallygaster kneels. He just kind of looks over at you like, hey, that's the elders.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I will kneel.
Excellent. Yeah, the Mothman, he's still like singing along to the Weird Al song. Just kind of like you can hear him like humming it under his breath and stuff, kind of bopping his head. Bigfoot steps forward as the leader of the council, the Elder Council.
Snallygaster, am I to understand y'all completed this year's bingo card? And with the help of this human, nonetheless.
Hi.
And what's your name?
I'm Cord. I'm a big fan. Hi.
Big fan?
Hi, yes.
Well, always a pleasure. Get on up off your knee. You act like this is some kind of serious affair. We're all equals here.
I stand up.
So as you go to stand up and the Snallygaster goes to stand up, the Snallygaster actually wobbles a little bit and takes a spill and falls off the piano. It's like wham on the floor. At which point the Deweo, like in the back, he's just like, "Ha! Ha! Snallygaster, you beautiful idiot! I mean, you're just a regular idiot. You suck, Snallygaster. I love you. I mean, what?" And basically, the Snallygaster looks at you and can I have you roll an insight on him?
I would love to. I got an 11. Not rolling great.
11. Even with an 11, you can notice the Snallygaster's like fucking pissed off. As he goes, he's like, Deweo's trying to embarrass him in front of the entire group here. So Snallygaster gets up, kind of brushes himself off, nudges his way in between the Elder Council, goes up to the Deweo and just fucking clocks him right in the face. I mean, just full on like, bam, kind of a one-hit KO type of punch.
Hey, man, I did literally tell you who's gonna beat your ass, dude.
It's one of those where the Deweo just falls instantly onto the ground. The Snallygaster doesn't stop. He grabs the Deweo by the fur on the top of his head and just keeps fucking piss pounding him right in the nose. Just bam, 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 in front of the entire group. There's a point where the Deweo would just be like a big bloody mess, and the Snallygaster uses his ability.
Oh, God.
That is Beer Belch.
Oh, no.
Is it too much to drink? Random belch happens at the GM's discretion. You belch a 15-foot cone of fire. Each creature in line must make a DC 14 saving throw. Creature takes 2d4 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much. Deweo's rolling with disadvantage because of the current predicament, and he's taking 2d4 fire damage. That'd be 6 fire damage. As Deweo starts to kind of catch on fire, a couple of garden gnomes would come up and start to kind of like pat him off and stuff, and then the Snallygaster just like... And the gnomes about piss themselves, and they kind of head back to the crowd. The Snallygaster continues just to hold him by the hair and just one after the other.
That's enough. That's enough. Okay, like we're not supposed to be doing violence here, right? Right? Elders, right? Yeah. Okay.
See, even the elders are like a bit taken aback.
I'm gonna try and pull him away.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Athletics. I got a 25.
I got a nat 1.
Yay!
Woo! With this +9, that is it's not good. Yeah, so basically, you gotta like yank him off, and the Snallygaster, he goes to wind back a punch, and he turns towards you and pauses for a moment, and then unclenches his fist, and just kind of like he was like zoned out during that whole thing. Kind of just looks around, and the whole place is silent. Anybody else fucking want some?
Whoa. You okay, bud?
He burps up a few bubbles. Sorry, I think the soap's getting to me. It was cinnamon flavor. A little spicy.
Yeah, a little spicy.
What were we doing again?
You were, I believe, going to make a rule.
Oh, yeah. And he goes back and kind of like wobbles his way on top of the piano again. And the Elder Council, they kind of like hush the crowd and stuff. And Bigfoot would ask,
What is your rule that you would like to add to next year's Crypticon?
and as the Snallygaster looks around, he sees that for the first time he's kind of stood up for himself. Doesn't seem like anyone else is looking to mess with him. And so he takes a minute to think, I know what my rule's going to be. My rule is that every year, Cord, he points at Cord across the room, is a co-guest of honor, and always welcome back here.
Hey, cool.
And if any of you have a problem with that, and he goes and pulls out the cinnamon-scented soap, you'll have to take it up with me and whoever the hell Dove is. The Elder Council takes a vote, and all 5 of them vote yes. That, basically, so Cord, you're going to be kind of like, you'd be like the evergreen guest of honor, and then every year they bring in someone as well.
Sick.
Essentially like an open invite to every year's Crypticon.
I'm going to freeze frame high five Nicolas Cage. Ba-da-ba.
Welcome back, everybody, to the after party where we talk a little bit about how everything just went.
That was fun.
Thank you.
Also, talk about some shameless plugging for another podcast.
That's why I felt I needed to dive straight into it. The first thing I'm going to do is plug the content, man.
I have a terrible Logan impression, so,
This might be the first Cord vs. Cryptid that I didn't rage.
No rage necessary.
That's true. Yeah, is it okay that he didn't fight the monster? Because I had like kind of an alternate plan too, where like, the elder cryptids are like, oh, to prove yourself, you must, like, was it you that did the bingo card or was it Cord? Fight to prove yourself. But I figured like they've been chummy enough and like kind of on each other's team enough. I didn't want to force a fight.
No. I was thinking a fight was going to come up because he was going to get too confident in himself.
Yeah, that's why I added the ability for the belch in there, because Ben and I had sort of talked about what might happen, so I wanted to give him an alternative to actually having the Snallygaster fight. And since there's so many people who've actually already done stat blocks for a Snallygaster, this was something that was a little bit different. It also goes along with the lore, since supposedly Snallygaster, gets killed because he drinks too much beer and dies. So,
and I got to sing Weird Al, so I'm not going to say no to that.
holy crap, right? Cord, you got like a freaking awesome singing voice.
Right? Yeah, that was awesome.
It's almost like I wanted to be a singer at one point.
Yeah, I had no idea that you're such a Weird Al fan.
Yeah. I met him in person and showed him my tattoo. He actually has a picture on his phone of my tattoo.
That's awesome.
Because I said to him, I told my sister-in-law who did my tattoo that if I'd ever see him in person, I was going to show it to him. He's like, all right, show me, because it was on my ankle. And he's like, that's freaking cool, man. Take a picture of this. And the dude that had his phone took a picture of it. It's pretty cool. And I have a signed poster from it because we went to the meet and greet. That's how I got to do that. I love Weird Al.
Oh, that's really cool.
I could literally talk about my love of Weird Al all day because I've done it before.
The whole idea for this like con, basically, this con is kind of based on an actual one that I've been to. And Weird Al Yankovic Sing Along was one of the things that was there.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's out in Des Moines it's like the first weekend of May every year. It's called DemiCon, and it's anything fantasy, sci-fi, and it's like fantasy, sci-fi, and tabletop gaming related, all kind of under one roof.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's like one of the best like all-around conventions ever. It's the 33rd annual Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Gaming Convention, and the whole thing is in a hotel. And so they got this whole programming grid where it's like, Return of Star Wars trivia, Orcs and Trolls, Secret of Steel, or just another sword petting zoo. Yeah, it's so cool.
Sounds like a fun time.
So once again, Ben is our DM from Lost Legends, Tales of Thurne. We just wrapped up season 3. By the time this comes out, I believe it's going to be really close to that final episode airing. And then we are gearing up for season 4, which is going to be super exciting. Very excited about season 4.
Yeah. 4 is going to be like a one-off season where it'll kind of help set up something. It's same world, but a different continent, different characters, but 200 years in the past. And it'll set up something for season 5. So stay tuned.
Man, I need to get me on a D&D campaign.
Hell yeah, it's the best.
For those interested, the stat block for the creature card was created by me and is available on our Patreon at the $3 level. The art for the cards was created by Chris Stone, our podcast artist.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Thanks again for listening, and join us again in a couple of months for our next installment of Cord vs. Cryptid, where Cord's going to take on a mystery Cryptid. He has no idea what he's going to be fighting next time.
Heck yeah, be there, be square.
I will defeat them. I will take off my shoes and show them defeat.